Hi guys, it's Nick here from Unique Life Design. I had an idea to make a quick video to let you know about the going-ons with our massive, huge Cordyline australis that we have got. I have seen it grown, just to give you a little bit of a background, I have seen it grown in the past 10 years from less than I don't know, 70-80 centimeters tall when we bought it. It really picked up space from the beginning. It really liked the place. It really liked everything, I guess, where it was. So it just started growing, and it kept growing, and it kept flowering and splitting heads, making new heads as well. So as you can see it now, I don't know, it's maybe, I can't really tell, but looking at the houses around it, I would say it's probably about 8 to 10 meters tall, something like that, and it keeps growing. But recently it started showing, and it's been freely self-seeding too after flowering, so we are finding little cordylines everywhere in our garden, and we have been using some of them to start new plants. I will show you actually as I'm talking about it. Just spare me a second. You can see here we used one of the little cordylines to replace the dead Butiagrus next to our hot tub. So yeah, this is a juvenile. When we bought the big one, it was maybe double the size of this one. So as you can see, another one I can show you here. I think, yes, this is the one. It is growing, and we will find a place for it later. But let me continue explaining what's been happening. At first I will try to give you an idea of the size by going closer. I will try a different approach now. Recently though, I noticed it starting doing something else that I haven't seen in any cordyline before, and I have seen some mature ones over the years, but I've never seen the behavior that I'm seeing now from our, so I just decided to share it with you. Here is another little cordyline going. Let me get a bit closer. Find some more as well. Oh, different here as well. Yep. So let me just try and get underneath it and try to show you how it looks from here. Here is what it has been happening. Apart from all the little cordylines that it produces by seeds, look at it now up on its own stem. So this is lower, but it keeps going. So we have here another one. And we have two here at the back. These are still quite low growing. But if you go up here, as you can see, even more heads popping up on the back. Even more heads popping up. So even if I go up, another one. It is the first time I'm seeing this happening. Of course, I hope it's not because it has a problem or anything like that. Sometimes I do know that if the main heads have a problem, the cordylines can grow from the old stem somewhere and produce new heads, also from the ground. But it doesn't seem to be the case here. Yeah, you can see even more heads on this side as well. So that is really unusual behavior for me. I've seen very old cordylines that don't display this. So I am not sure why ours has decided to do it. Anyway, I can imagine when these heads start growing, it will have a very interesting look. They will probably cover the trunk that it has, and I quite like the trunk, to be honest with you. It's a really impressive trunk, quite thick at the base, it's still quite significant, but I think it will still be quite interesting to have, like, I don't know how to say it, hairy cordyline trunk, and rather than the single stem. And if it does produce like proper growing heads which have their own trunks, I will not only have multiple headed cordyline at the top, but it will actually be having going in all directions along the trunk from the bottom up. So I can't really even imagine how this looks properly because I haven't seen it in another specimen. But yeah, I think it will be quite interesting. There isn't much space around it, but we at the moment are not thinking of removing these heads. We will keep them, we will see how it looks, and as always in our garden it's gonna be a bit of a jungle, it's gonna be a bit of competition, fight for light, and I think it will look quite nice. Everything will find its own space, its own layer of height, I should probably say, and then it will look even more lush. So yeah, that was all for today that I wanted to say. Thank you for sticking with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video. Well, subscribe to the channel and like the video, rather. And yes, have a great day. Bye.